Hi, my name is Daniel and I'm going to explain an idea we have for a new product. Imagine you've just joined a company. You don't know who's who in the zoo, where to find information, or how work gets done. There's a lot that you need to learn. So how can companies solve this problem today? You could use a learning management solution like Moodle. It does have lots of features and is highly customizable, but it also needs lots of customization, doesn't have any gamification for users to track points, and doesn't easily allow content to be shared between organizations. Or you could use a content management solution like SharePoint. It has great content publishing, including versioning of items, and is also highly customizable. Just as with Moodle though, it too needs a lot of customization. Specifically, tracking of item completion would need to be built entirely from scratch, and of course, as a result, doesn't have any gamification for users to track points either. Enter SugarLearning. The goals of SugarLearning are to reduce stress for new hires who are only productive once they've gained a base level of understanding, allow organizations to share their induction steps with the community, receive valuable feedback, and measure the popularity of their induction steps, and to allow new organizations to get up and running quickly by using induction steps generously provided by the SugarLearning community. We've put together a series of product backlog items, or PBIs, to create a minimum viable product. These are already in Visual Studio Online, available at r.ssw.com/SugarLearning backlog. Let's go through our concept in a little more detail. Imagine now that when you join a company, you are given a single URL. That URL shows you a list of induction steps called the Learning Backlog. All you need to do is complete each item on the list. You start from the top, clicking on the first item. You then read through the training material, click the checkbox to show that you've read and understood the item, and then click Complete to finish the item. The item you just completed is removed from your learning backlog and you continue with the next item, which is moved up to the top of the list. As you complete each item, your points will increase and the number of remaining items will go down. To see how you're tracking against others, you can go to the leaderboard, which will show you how many points everyone has. Your name will be highlighted in the list to see how you stack up. That all looks great. How do we want this thing built? We want to use modern web technologies, including SignalR to keep the remaining items and points and backlog up to date, Kendo UI Grid for the backlog and reporting pages in later PBIs, ASP.NET MVC5 for the web platform hosted on a Windows Azure website with data stored in SQL Azure. Lastly, we want users. In addition to SSW, we need another client to use the solution, so we have two companies testing it out as soon as possible. So that's the MVP. We have a lot of other items in our backlog though, and now I'll go through a few that would be really great to have early on to make the icing on the cake. The first is the ability to have users fill out a quiz before they can complete an item. That way, new staff can test their knowledge to ensure that they get the most out of the training. To build this, the learning editors will need the ability to specify what questions appear on the page, as well as what correct answers are. Next, we want a new version to be saved whenever an item is edited. This version should be clearly displayed on each item. Now, let's switch back to the learning backlog. The new version of the item should then reappear in everyone's backlog so they can complete it again, even if they've already completed the old version. We also want reporting on learning activity for a given time frame. With this, staff and managers can see how regularly training is being used. And finally, we want a Kanban board view of tasks to complete. That way, new staff can see a summary of their progress, just like in the board view of TFS. So that's sugarlearning.com. Don't forget to check out the product backlog for details. Thanks for watching.